What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a right here and now reading for a random sign that we'll pick out of the singing bowl. I think I only have 2 signs left, trying to run through these before we move on to the next readings. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, okay? So, like I said, we only have 2 signs left to wrap up the right here and nows. And the next reading is for Leo. Okay, Leos, you are up next and finishing out the fire signs. Okay, so this reading is for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. I'm going to do 3 shuffles. A little difficulty getting the cards through. Something troubling you, Leo. We have the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. Okay, 7 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. So 7 of Swords always makes me feel like some form of cleaning up. I'm also feeling an energy of having some inner strength with the number 7 coming up here. As you can see, this person is holding these swords. There's 2 that are still in the ground, okay? They can only hold but so much, okay? And then the 4 of Wands could just be dealing with home life or with a relationship, okay? Maybe trying to have some, continuing to have strength within a relationship possibly. Maybe you're holding more of the relationship than the other person is. Again, 4 of Wands coming up, and now the 10 of Swords. So that escalated quite quickly from a 7 to a 10. Okay, so obviously kind of done with the situation in a way. Maybe it's something that's been a constant issue within the relationship, or something that you've been hiding that's an issue, in the sense of if you've been passively having a conversation with the person but not directly saying what the problem is why you're feeling overloaded. Okay, I was going to cut by 3, but I'm hearing by 4s, so we need 4 cuts here, which I'm not sure if this means progression into whatever is next for your relationship or trying to protect it, okay? And I was going to put that last stack on the top, but I heard bottom, okay? So let's see what's going on here. We'll probably only, again, this is a right here and now, not a very detailed reading, just meant to be very short and sweet. We'll see what happens, within the next week or so, okay? Gemini is leading with the most views for the next reading, so if you get your views up, y'all might be sooner than later, okay? So 1 from the top, which is your current energy, Leo. The next one from the bottom is regards to the motivation behind this energy. I'm going to tap the cards down and split and do 2 energetic pulls from the middle. And I'm feeling this card here. This one, switching, which is what the focus is or should be while in this energy. I'm going to settle the cards again and split. And feels like same area but different card for the hidden purpose, okay, behind the energy, okay? So I feel somewhat of a covering, possibly, like I feel covering over you or the relationship. I'm also feeling this ever moving energy of the relationship, okay? So kind of like a back and forth, or almost feeling like going around in circles, okay? Let's again, with whatever has been hidden within maybe conversations, movement, again, we'll see what happens when we flip over these cards, okay? Let's see where your energy is right now, Leo, okay? So it's the Hermit, okay? The Hermit is Virgo energy, okay? We have this man with a staff and a lantern, okay? Trying to pretty much guide his way, but I don't know how you can really guide your way if you're looking down, okay? And not looking ahead, trying to illuminate things, okay? But you're possibly in some form of isolation, Leos, or want or about to go into isolation to think a little bit more clearer on your situation, okay? And sometimes a little bit of solitary can help you on really reevaluating things, okay? Maybe some self-reflection on understanding why you've been moving the way that you have, either individually or within a relationship, okay? But hopefully it's in the sense of trying to evaluate what you've done. I feel like in the sense of good that you've done in the relationship, or what you've tolerated. I feel the word tolerated for some reason. So again, seeing the swords energy kind of gives some understanding before we, planted the cards out for your spread. So let's see what the motivation is behind this Hermit, okay? And we have the Knight of Swords, okay? So we already saw swords energy shuffling the deck, okay? We saw the Seven of Swords, we saw the Ten of Swords, and now we've reduced down to just the Knight of Swords, okay? So there may have been some words said, okay? That's air energy going on. For some reason, I'm also hearing the signs of Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, okay? Don't know if those signs mean anything to you, if that's maybe who you're dealing with, or possibly in someone's chart, either in your birth chart or your person's, okay? Again, someone has said something maybe that triggers, or will say something that triggers this isolation, okay? I'm also hearing the word manifestation. I don't know if possibly you could have seen this coming, or someone else. I hear a specific sentence that was said, in the sense of I'm paraphrasing, more so or less, you always do this, in a way. or this is always, in a sense of, this is always how you react to something in the conversation, okay, as far as the words. And someone could have made or said these words in a tone that causes the isolation. Maybe irrational speaking due to a behavior or something in a retort to something that you may have said, okay, or vice versa, okay? Let's see what the focus is or should be under this energy of the Hermit. So it's the Six of Pentacles, okay? Six of Pentacles. Earth energy, okay? You do have the scale here, so Libra. Again, these signs do not have to be someone that you're dealing with in particular. Could just be part of the birth chart, okay? But there's been some sharing, not necessarily financial. For some of you, it may be get in where you fit in. If you spent a lot of money on someone or sharing finances with someone to be helpful, maybe you're looking for some restitution. And that's coming completely coming off sideways here. But maybe you're evaluating that. If it's multiple people that you've given to, because there's like two people here receiving from one person, okay? So if that's something that you find yourself doing, maybe it's something you need to pull back from, especially not so much about getting it paid back to you, but how much is it taking from you, okay? If you're, and I really don't want to get into it, the one thing that I try my best not to do on the channel is really get into religion and things like that, but this could be associated with religion in a way, as far as being a giving soul. It's better to give than it is to receive. And again, maybe you don't expect anything back. However, if you're doing it in unintentionally wanting some form of a return, whether it be blessings or not, and I'm not calling anybody out, this is just me talking randomly, okay? This is just in general. I'm not, coming for you, okay? This is just having a general opinion about something. You have to be mindful about that. Only give if you have it to give, meaning you know that you have a certain amount, you know you have the ability to do so without losing out, okay? And you're not looking for it to return to you in any shape, form, or fashion. You're doing it out of complete want and desire to help someone. Thus, the term of volunteering, okay? If you're volunteering your time, that means that you have nothing else to do and that you solely can dedicate your time to doing something for someone, okay? That is being selfless, okay? Completely selfless, not needing anything in return, not even recognition, okay? That is in my opinion, a true definition of being a person who's willing to give, to be generous, okay, without any kind of receiving coming back to you, okay, without receiving anything back, all right? So if you've done that a lot, and it's also another thing, because I'm feeling this energy of a conversation, and lots of people do this, and it kind of grinds my gears a little bit, to constantly have conversations that you boast about what you have done for people. I truly believe if you're truly genuine in the efforts of giving, that no one really needs to know except for you and God, okay? Universe, spirit guides, whatever you believe in, okay? It's no need to say, especially if there's some kind of mutual connection between people, between you and another person, and there's a third party that knows because you've said something, it's somewhat considered gossip, okay? Now, if you're truly going to be someone who's of good nature, then gossip should not be in your behavior, okay? Whatever you did for somebody, that should be between you and that person. Nobody else should find out about it, okay? Unless the person in which you gave to decides to say, oh, so-and-so was really nice. She, helped me out with my car. I really appreciated her, and I don't know what I would do without her. If this was an actual situation, feel free to like or comment, all right, down below. But just saying as an example, if that person who receives something from you wants to give you praise, that's something different. But to constantly say, oh, I did this, it kind of makes you a little boisterous. And that's my personal opinion. Come for me all you want, but that's my opinion, okay? You don't have to like it. Don't like it, you can definitely head left, okay? It's totally fine, all right? But I understand where I'm coming from, okay? Now, let's get into the hidden purpose, because we in deep today with you, Leo, and this is just the right here and now, okay? Now, let's see what the hidden purpose is behind all this energy. And we have the Two of Pentacles, okay? Hidden purpose, juggling, okay? Kind of, it's not the Two of Swords with, being indecisive, but you're juggling two things, okay? Juggling pentacles. Now, we were at 6, now we're at 2, okay? What is it that you want, people to do, or as it pertains to you, okay? You may need to rethink how, what is going on in your connections, or how you show yourself to people, okay? How you represent yourself, okay? Two of Pentacles being here, like I said, if you've been giving out to people and now you're only left with 2 Pentacles and you're juggling your finances possibly and don't know where or how and want to blame the people that you helped, again, your sympathies, you empathized and you decided to struggle. If you decided to struggle and help someone, then you were willing to deal with the consequences, which meant leaving you with none, okay? Leaving you to try to figure out, how am I going to move or shift things around, all right? But if you would have took the time to actually look at your finances and say, I can't really do it because I have things to pay. All right, this is like very clear cut and dry. All right, and coming into finances. Now, we've left from relationship unless you've talked to your person about this and maybe they said the same thing, or maybe you've been helping your partner and when you need help they can't help, and it's like now you're wondering, well, what did you do with the money that I gave you because X, Y, and Z? Now it's a whole thing, okay? And now you're left in isolation. You can't go do anything. You've got to, count your coins until payday because you gave too much away. Okay? So it's a very quick thing, maybe not quick, but a very deep time in isolation of what or how you move going forward in these types of situations, okay? Now, sometimes just because you have it, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, okay? If your gut is telling you, you don't really have it, don't give it. Then don't give it. You can politely say, I wish I could help, but, I'm kind of strapped myself. There's plenty of ways you can say it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with saying no when you genuinely do not have it. And maybe you do have it, but again, you never know what could be coming up around the corner where you'll be left in this Two of Pentacles again. All right, so again, that's as far as I'm going to go. This is the longest I've actually gone so far since I've been back, especially with you guys, Leo. Okay, so feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. But I will catch y'all in the next one. All right, peace.